New airline rules are catching travelers off guard. Summer 2025 update. Hey travel buffs. Before we jump into our countdown of weird new travel rules, do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe to stay in the loop with all things air travel. Buckle up because we're counting down 8 surprise 2025 travel policies that might just ruin your vacation if you don't know them. 8. Europe's CarryOn Crackdown, 55 by 40 by 20. 8 kilograms limit. Kicking off our countdown at number 8 is something that's catching a lot of travelers off guard in 2025. Europe's new CarryOn Crackdown. Starting late last year, the European Union officially adopted a unified set of size and weight restrictions for cabin luggage on commercial flights. The new standard, a maximum of 55 times 40 times 20 centimeters. That's roughly 21.6 times 15.7 times 7.8 inches, and a total weight of no more than 8 kilograms, just 17.6 pounds. For context, many US airlines still allow bags as big as 22 by 14 by 9 inches with no official weight limit, which means that bag you've been dragging around domestic flights with no problem could now be too large or too heavy to meet Europe's standards. And here's the kicker. European airlines are now required to strictly enforce these new limits. Oversized or overweight bags will be gate checked on the spot, sometimes with extra fees, and sometimes without so much as a warning. So if you've been living that one-bag minimalist travel life, thinking you're above baggage fees and luggage delays, Europe is here to humble you. As one EU aviation analyst noted, these rules are meant to reduce confusion and make cabin boarding more efficient. Ironically, they're currently doing the opposite, leading to last-minute repacking chaos at the gate and plenty of disgruntled passengers learning the hard way. Pro tip: treat these new limits like an enforced capsule wardrobe challenge. Pack smart, roll your clothes tight, and maybe ditch that third pair of shoes. Bonus warning: IATA is also pushing for a global cabin bag limit of 22 by 14 by 9 inches by March 2025. So this isn't just a European thing. The bottom line: shrink your suitcase or expand your wallet. 7. Bye-bye fake IDs. Hello, real ID. Domestic flights. Sliding into number 7 is a rule that's been in the works so long, it started back when flip phones were still cool. But now, after years of delays, extensions, and more extensions, the real ID deadline is finally landing with the force of a TSA agent confiscating your oversized shampoo. Starting May 7th, 2025, all US domestic flyers aged 18 and up must show a real ID compliant license or another acceptable form of ID, like a valid US passport, to board domestic commercial flights. No exceptions, no excuses, no "but I've flown with this license before" arguments. What's a real ID, you ask? It's that little star, or sometimes a gold bearer flag, depending on your state, in the upper corner of your driver's license or state ID card. If your license doesn't have it, TSA won't let you through security, even if you're just flying from Phoenix to Pittsburgh. According to the Department of Homeland Security, enforcement begins May 7th, and as of spring 2025, ordinary state licenses without the star simply won't be accepted at checkpoints. The good news? A valid US passport still works just fine. So if you've been procrastinating your trip to the DMV for the past, 4 years, you still have an option. But for those who rely on their driver's license as their go-to ID, now's the time to act. The DMV lines are only going to get longer the closer we get to May. And yes, the TSA agent will chuckle politely at your confusion when you realize your old license no longer cuts it. Pro tip: check your wallet now. If there's no star, no service. Don't let your next trip to Vegas or grandma's house be stopped cold at the security gate. 6. ETA and ETS. New visa authorization fees. UK and EU. Number 6 on our list hits the jet set crowd squarely in the passport wallet. Starting in 2025, spontaneous international travel is officially a thing of the past, at least when heading to Europe or the UK. If you're flying across the pond, there's now some digital homework before takeoff. Gone are the days when you could just buy a ticket to London, pack your khakis, and breeze through customs with a smile and an American accent. Starting January 8, 2025, the United Kingdom will require all travelers, including Americans, to apply for an ETA, Electronic Travel Authorization. It's not a visa, technically, but it functions like one. Cost? About $13. Valid for multiple entries over a 2-year period. So yes, if you're the kind of traveler who pops over to London once in a while, or just wants to say hi to Big Ben and grab fish and chips, you'll need to hop online before your flight and file the paperwork. Failure to do so, you won't even be allowed to board the plane. But the UK isn't the only one upping their digital gatekeeping game. The European Union is launching ETS, short for European Travel Information and Authorization System, starting spring 2025. This will apply to US, Canadian, and other visa-exempt travelers visiting the Schengen zone. Think France, Italy, Spain, Germany, and 24 other countries. Like the UKITA, ETS costs a small fee, roughly $8 to $10 US, is valid for multiple trips over 3 years, and must be approved before travel. No ETIAS, no Eiffel Tower for you. Travel experts compare these digital permits to TSA pre-check. Mildly annoying to set up, but crucial to keep your plans on track. So before you book that summer 2025 Euro trip, double-check that you've got your digital green light, or risk a very unromantic rebooking at the gate. 5. Money back on cancellations. DOT's 2024 refund rules. At number 5, we finally get to some travel news that doesn't require a stress ball and a deep sigh. In 2024, the US Department of Transportation, DOT, brought down the hammer on one of the most infuriating parts of air travel: refunds. You know the drill. You booked a flight, packed your bags, made it to the airport, and then, boom, canceled flight. And instead of an apology and a refund, you get rerouted 3 states away or a voucher that expires in 6 weeks. Well, not anymore. Under new DOT rules that went into effect in April 2024, airlines are now required to issue automatic refunds if your flight is canceled or significantly delayed, and you choose not to take the alternate flight. And they can't play the "we're not sure if this delay is significant" game anymore either. The DOT clearly defines a significant delay as 3 hours or more for domestic flights, and 6 hours or more internationally. No more dancing around vague definitions like brief operational adjustment. And that's not all. If your checked luggage arrives late, over 12 hours late for domestic flights, or 15 to 30 hours late on international trips, you're also entitled to a refund of your baggage fees. Same goes for any paid service that didn't work, like that $15 Wi-Fi you bought that never connected, or that seat upgrade you didn't actually get to sit in. Bonus win. Airlines must now maintain 24/7 customer service phone lines with real humans. So if your midnight flight is canceled, you don't have to wait until morning to yell. Politely, of course. So in summer 2025, if your trip hits a snag, don't just sigh and accept a voucher. Know your rights, check your bank account, and make sure that refund hits your wallet, not just your inbox. 4. Say cheese. Airports are using face scans. Coming in at number 4. Get ready to flash your best "I swear I'm not jet lagged" smile, because facial recognition is no longer just for your phone. It's at the airport now. Yep, biometric screening is becoming the new normal for air travel in 2025, and it's happening faster than you can say "passport, please." US airports are leading the tech parade. Dallas-Fort Worth, DFW, has rolled out facial recognition kiosks for international arrivals, shaving average wait times from 50 minutes down to about 35. Not bad for a system that greets you with, "Hi, we already know who you are." New York's JFK Terminal 8, home of American Airlines, has been scanning faces of US citizens returning from abroad. Meanwhile, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta, ATL, plans to use biometric boarding for all international flights by the end of 2025. It used to be just Delta, but now everyone gets to smize at a camera. So how does it work? You scan your passport once, the camera does a quick scan of your face, and boom, Boarding pass verified. No paper needed. No frantic pocket padding for your ID. Your face is literally your boarding pass. But, and this is a big but, not everyone is thrilled. Privacy advocates and lawmakers, especially in states like Virginia, are asking questions. Is this really voluntary? Are the images stored? And what happens if I age out of my last selfie? TSA says images aren't stored long-term and that passengers can always opt out and request a traditional ID check. But let's be honest, most of us will just shrug and smile. Bottom line, get ready to be recognized. Like really recognized. If you're traveling this summer, you might just make it to your gate without ever touching your boarding pass. Just don't forget to practice your best resting travel face in the mirror. Mid-video reminder, enjoying the list so far? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel hacks and updates. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next countdown. 3. Solo travelers, prepare to pay more. Coming in hot at number 3 is a brand new travel twist nobody saw coming. Flying alone might actually cost you more. Yep, we're not talking about paying extra for legroom or peanuts. This is what passengers are calling the single surcharge. Because apparently, in 2025, your boarding pass comes with a relationship status check. A recent analysis sent shockwaves through travel forums. American, Delta, and United were quietly charging solo travelers more than groups. Take a Delta flight from Minneapolis to Miami on September 10th, 2024. If you booked one seat, the fare was $199. Book 2 seats together, suddenly each ticket dropped to $118. Math is math, but airline math? That's a whole different universe. So what did Delta and United do? They fixed the problem by eliminating the lower fare entirely. Now everyone, solo or not, pays the higher price. Classic move, right? Technically fair, but now nobody gets a deal. Airlines call this dynamic pricing, an algorithm-driven model that adjusts fares based on supply, demand, and, apparently, how many friends you have. It's like dating apps crossed with seat maps. Passenger rights groups are calling foul, saying it discriminates against solo travelers, especially seniors, students, and business flyers. So what can you do? Well, unless you plan to start fake booking 2 tickets every time, your options are limited. Try booking with a travel companion when possible. Even if they're only flying one way with you, the round-trip pricing trick might still apply. Otherwise, brace for the sad tax. Bottom line, flying solo in 2025, expect to pay more for the privilege of sitting alone. Maybe next time bring a buddy. Or at least name your suitcase and pretend you're traveling with Samsonite the emotional support bag. 2. Hit the airports earlier. United's stricter check-in times. At number 2, we've got a ticking time bomb, quite literally, for United Airlines passengers. As of June 3rd, 2025, United now requires all travelers on domestic flights to check in at least 45 minutes before departure. That's up from the old 30-minute standard. And for international flights, you'll need to check in a full 60 minutes before wheels up. Yes, even if you're carry-on only and think you're a boarding pass ninja. According to United, this is simply aligning with our baggage cutoffs and other airline procedures. Translation: we've made the line in the sand firmer and further away. Miss it, and United reserves the right to cancel your ticket on the spot or bump you off the flight like last-minute produce. And no, but I was here 31 minutes early is no longer a valid plea. You'll be kindly rebooked or not. This update spells doom for the casual travelers who followed the cult of airport minimalism. Remember the TikTok famous just breeze in 20 minutes before departure airport hack? Yeah, that trick just got TSA pre-checked out of existence, especially at United gates. And travel experts warn other airlines might be taking notes. So what's a savvy flyer to do? Add buffer time, like it's a side dish. Set your alarm earlier, prep the night before, and give yourself wiggle room for parking, security, and surprise shuttle meltdowns. Even if your team no bags, no fuss, this new rule means the clock is not your friend. Tip: treat the new cutoff as a mini competition. Can you beat the line and snag your seat without sweating? Maybe, but one wrong turn and it's you, your sandwich, and your suitcase, watching your flight taxi away. TikTok travelers. 1. Shoes stay on. TSA drops the sock duty. And at number 1, cue the applause and the relieved sighs. You can finally keep your shoes on at airport security. Yes, after nearly 2 decades of hopping barefoot across cold linoleum like a low-budget ninja, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has updated the rulebook. As of summer 2025, standard adult travelers no longer have to remove their footwear at TSA checkpoints. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem herself confirmed it, saying, "I think most Americans will be very excited to see they will be able to keep their shoes on. That's right. No more unlacing sneakers in a panic. No more single-foot balance gymnastics. And no more trying to look dignified while waddling in socks. Your belt, bag, and laptop still hit the conveyor belt. But your shoes, they're staying firmly on your feet where they belong." This isn't just a fashion win, it's a time saver. Think of how many minutes are eaten up by thousands of travelers undoing shoelaces, stuffing boots into bins, and hopping around to put them back on while holding up the line. The TSA estimates this change could shave 20 to 25% off security wait times nationwide. But hold that celebratory stomp. This isn't a blanket pass. TSA officers still have discretion. If something looks suspicious on the scanner, you might still get asked to de-shoe. And of course, if you're rocking steel-toed boots, ski boots, or sandals filled with change, why? They may still get flagged. Pre-check passengers have enjoyed this perk for years, but now the general public joins the comfy club. Bottom line, your dignity, socks, and airport pace just got a serious upgrade. Keep those kicks on, stride through security like a boss, and know that 2025 finally gave our feet the respect they deserve. Whew, that was a lot. Hopefully you learned something new, or cringed at how much more you have to plan. Summing up, starting 2025, you will need proper ID, real ID or passport for US flights. Pack smaller carry-ons for Europe, prep travel visas for UK, EU, and expect actual money back if flights get messy. You might pay more if you fly solo. Get through security with your shoes on, and remember to check in earlier than ever. Which one of these rules shocked you the most? Drop your "I can't believe this" travel story in the comments below. We want to hear your firsthand experiences with these new policies. If you found this countdown helpful, or at least fun, give it a like and make sure you're subscribed for our next travel tips video. Until next time, travel safe, keep those shoes on, and happy flying.